Okay, so today we're going to continue on with adding, subtracting, multiply, dividing fractions. The top two we covered in our notes yesterday, adding and subtracting fractions. So according to our notes, if I'm looking at 3/4 plus 2/5, can I go ahead and just add my numerators? If I don't have a calculator, can I just go ahead and add my numerators? Why or why not? So if I'm looking at this problem, 3/4 plus 2/5, can I go ahead and just add my numerators right away?
Yes.
Yeah? So my denominators are the same? No. So if I don't have a calculator to do the work for me, when I add or subtract fractions, I have to make sure I get a common denominator. Now you guys have the scientific calculator, so you're at an advantage. You could just type it in and end up getting the answer. I don't have one. So I'm going to have to find the least common multiple of 4 and 5. So what's the least common multiple of 4 and 5?
1.
If you had to skip count by 4s, and then skip count by 5s, what's the first number they share?
20.
20. Good. Very good, Darius. So I'm going to rewrite my new denominator, down at the bottom. So then I have to think, 4 times what got me to 20?
5.
Yeah, so 4 times 5 got me to 20. So if I multiplied my bottom number by 5, I had to multiply my numerator, my top number, by 5. So it's 5 times 3? 15. So there's my first new fraction. So then I had to think 5 times what got me to 20? 4. So if I multiplied my bottom by 4, I multiply my numerator by 4. So then that means I'm going to take 2 times 4 and I get 8. Now that my denominators are the same, I can move to the next step, which says add or subtract your numerators. Well, our operation sign is add. So what's 15 plus 8?
20.
It is 20-something. What is it?
23.
23. And then my denominator stays the same as 20. Can you simplify 23 over 20? No, you sure can't. Now, when it's top heavy like that, when the number on top is larger, it's called an improper fraction. Your answers are acceptable as an improper fraction. I want you to leave it as an improper fraction. Don't change it to a mixed number. However, if you're using a calculator, it's going to give you a mixed number. So what I want everybody to do real fast, just type in the problem again. So type in either 3/4 plus 2/5, or you can type in the bottom one. Just type it in because they'll give us the same answer. It's going to give you a mixed number.
It's okay if I just leave it at this one.
Well, underneath, just put equals. So everybody should end up with a mixed number. 1 3/20, right? Everybody get that? So how you're going to change that back to an improper fraction, hit that second button, hit the ABC button, and equals. Okay?
Okay, ABC being equal.
So hit the second button, the ABC button, the fraction button, and then equals. So second,
Okay.
ABC, equals. See?
Oh.
Pretty neat, right? So it'll get you back to that improper fraction. So that's what I want to see your answers at. So today, and from here on out, anytime you get a mixed number, go ahead and change it back to an improper fraction. All right, let's take a look at the second one here. We have 2/3 minus 6/7. Again, I don't have the calculator to do the work for me. Can I go ahead and just solve?
No.
No, I have to have a
Calculator.
calculator, that's awesome. Or a,
Mixed number. No.
my denominators have to be the same, a common denominator. So again, what's my least common multiple of 3 and 7?
21.
21.
Okay.
You're good at this part, Darius.
Okay, I did that too.
Okay, so then I come back up to the top here. 3 times what gets me to 21?
3. Oh, what was that?
So then I take 2 times 7 and get
14.
for my new numerator.
Okay, Darius.
Then you have to think 7 times what gets me to 21? 3. So then I have to take my 6 times 3 to get
And now I get you 18.
18. Now, just looking at this, if I take 14 minus 18, what kind of number am I going to get?
A solid.
What?
A solid number. We're just making up terms now.
4.
14 minus 18. If I have $14, can I give you 18?
Negative.
Yeah, no. So it's going to be a negative. I meant to say yeah to your answer. So it's going to be a negative answer. So what's 14 minus 18? Negative 4. And my denominator stays the same. Can that be simplified?
No.
No. Nice job. Now remember, your negative sign can go at top with your numerator. It can go directly in front of your fraction bar, but it may not go down at the bottom as part of your denominator. That would be an incorrect answer. Okay? Now moving on to multiplying. I'm going to show you two different ways that you can do this. First way, you can just simply multiply your numerators and multiply your denominators. Or in your calculator, it'll do it for you. So what's 2 times 9?
18.
15 times 8? It's going to be a pretty big number.
120.
So looking at 18 and 120, we know because they end in an even number, we're going to have to simplify them. What are 18 and 20 both divisible by? 2. So what's 18 divided by 2? What's 18 divided by 2? 9. 120 divided by 2? What'd you say?
It's 60.
60. Now, can 90 and 60 be reduced even further?
Yes.
What are they both divisible by?
3.
3. So what's 9 divided by 3? 60 divided by 3?
12. Oh, no.
1.
20.
20.
That's your final answer. So 3 over 20. Now, there's a shortcut that you can do this. So that's a lot of extra steps, right? Well, of course, again, your calculator does it all for you. But if you don't have that calculator, that's a lot of steps to do. You can simplify or reduce at the very beginning before you even multiply out. You can reduce any numerator with any denominator. So any top number with any bottom number. So I'm going to look here. Can I simplify the 2 and the 15? No? What about the 2 and the 8? Yeah, what are 2 and 8 both divisible by?
2.
Yeah, so what's 2 divided by 2?
1.
Okay. What's 8 divided by 2?
4.
Okay. Now, I go to my next numerator, 9. Can I simplify 9 and 4?
No.
But can I simplify 9 and 15?
Yeah.
Yeah, what are they both divisible by?
3.
So what's 9 divided by 3?
3.
What's 15 divided by 3?
3.
15 to 5. Now, multiply. So multiply your numerators, what do you get?
3.
Multiply your denominators, what do you get?
You get 20. Oh.
Neat little shortcut, right? I prefer to simplify at the beginning to get smaller numbers rather than at the end. Now our division. Remember our acronym. KFC. Kentucky Fried Chicken or keep. Not fried chicken. Keep. What's the F stand for?
Fraction.
Flip
Oh.
and change. Okay? So we're going to keep our first fraction the same. I'm going to flip our second fraction. And then I'm going to change the division sign to a what?
Multiplication.
All right? So again, I like to simplify at the beginning. It's a lot easier than wait until the end and have to do a lot of steps. So I can reduce any numerator with any denominator. So any top number with any bottom. So I'm going to look at this top number, this numerator. Can I reduce 5 and 6?
No.
So then I'm going to go crosswise. What about 5 and 3?
15.
Can I reduce them or simplify them?
No.
No. Okay, so then I'm going to go 4 and 3. Can I reduce those?
No.
What about 4 and 6?
Yeah.
What are they both divisible by?
2.
4 divided by 2?
2.
6 divided by 2.
3.
All right. Now you just multiplication problem. 5 times 2?
10.
3 times 3?
9.
Final answer because you leave it as an improper fraction. Now if you used a calculator, you probably got 1 and 1/9. That's correct, but I don't want it as a mixed number. I want it as an improper fraction. So you have to hit second fraction button equals. Any questions on those? Make sure you have the correct answers. Make sure that you boxed your answers so you're getting the full 2 points for your openers. Brendan, I can see right now you're going to lose a point. Why are you going to lose a point? Oh. Well, look, are all your answers boxed?
Oh, don't touch my stuff.
No, box all your answers. All right.